Hydra is a fictional terrorist organization appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The name Hydra is a reference to the mythical Lernaean Hydra. The organization's motto references the myth of the Hydra, stating that if a head is cut off, two more will take its place, proclaiming their resilience and growing strength in the face of resistance. Hydra agents often wear distinctive green garb featuring a serpent motif. Publication history: Hydra first appeared in Strange Tales No. 135. In its original continuity, it was headed by nondescript businessman Arnold Brown, who was killed as Shield apparently crushed the organization. Hydra soon returned, however, headed by Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, with the support of the Nazi Red Skull. Hydra's changing origin was one of Marvel's earliest retcons. After its initial defeat, several of its branches, such as its scientific branch AIM and the Secret Empire, became independent. Crypt of Shadows No. 3, published in 1973, reprinted a story from Menace No. 10, but with a change to a line of dialogue that led to some erroneously believing Hydra was first mentioned in the 1954 issue. In the reprint, an agent of an unspecified enemy government was changed to identify himself as working for Hydra when he paid off a scientist named Dr. Nostrum for information about a cobalt bomb that turned people into monsters. Dr. Nostrum shot all the other scientists on his team after they were turned into monsters, then shot himself after his son put an image from a monster magazine on his mirror. Organization: Hydra is a criminal organization dedicated to the achievement of world domination through terrorist and subversive activities on various fronts, resulting in a fascist New World Order. Its extent of operations is worldwide. Always attempting to elude the ongoing counter-espionage operations by Shield. Hydra is funded by Baron Strucker's personal fortune, based on his recovered hoard of Nazi plunder from World War II, and funds established by the original leaders of the Japanese secret society that became Hydra. The organization is run with behind-the-scenes direction by Baron Strucker. Under him is a central ruling committee. Under them are individual division chiefs, and under them are the rank-and-file members and special agents. In order to become a member of Hydra, an individual must be a legal adult willing to submit to a thorough investigation of the applicant's personal background and to swear a death oath of loyalty to Hydra and its principles. Technology: Hydra's level of technology is as highly advanced as that of any on Earth, based in part on technology of the alien Gnobians discovered by Baron von Strucker in 1944. Hydra uses various advanced experimental vehicles and devices in its activities, and various conventional military vehicles, seacraft, aircraft, pistols and standard concussive force blasters, and conventional communications equipment. Hydra personnel are issued cowl jumpsuits, which have included a number of designs over the years. Originally, the jumpsuits were green with a yellow H design, and later incorporated a red and brown color scheme, but in time were changed back to green with a serpent motif. Fictional organization history: Hydra's history as depicted in Marvel Universe continuity is a long, tumultuous and convoluted one, spanning millennia ago to the Third Dynasty of Egypt, with all references to the ancient group disappearing around the Renaissance. Its return came in the decades from the end of the Second World War up to the present day, tied directly to surviving fugitive members of governments of Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan. A select few of the more politically oriented members of the Order of the Evil Mystical Ninja known as the Hand would be recruited to form the rebirth of Hydra as a cabal of Japanese ultranationalists who plotted to overthrow the Japanese government, assassinate the Prime Minister, and install an anti-communist government, which would rearm Japan. Shortly upon joining Hydra, von Strucker seized control of the organization from its Japanese founders, and moved Hydra's operations to a private island in the Pacific, named Hydra Island. The original Hydra Island was invaded by the Leatherneck Raiders and the Japanese Samurai Squad, and the base was destroyed. Strucker slowly steered the organization towards the goal of world domination. That campaign brought him into conflict with Charles Xavier and the future Magneto among others, and once Hydra became more brazenly public in its operations, eventually led to the creation of the original agency known as SHIELD. specifically to counter Hydra's threat to world security. After Hydra apparently assassinated SHIELD's first executive director, Nick Fury was appointed as executive director. Hydra agents attempted to assassinate Nick Fury before his appointment as SHIELD's director, but failed. This decision, after several Hydra campaigns including the failure of the world blackmail attempt using the Betatron bomb, the creation of the Overkill Horn, and the bioengineered Death Spore bomb, led directly to Von Strucker's first death at the hands of Fury and several deceived Hydra operatives. In the wake of Von Strucker's first death, the surviving elements of Hydra broke into factions that each adopted its own reorganized modus operandi. Several of these factions developed super agents that would occasionally break away and turn to become freelance operatives, or, in some rarer cases, superheroes such as the first Spider-Woman. During this era, their collective threat was mitigated by not only occasionally fighting among themselves, but their operating policy of punishing failure with death often meant they were killing each other more often than their intended victims after their frequent defeats by S.H.I.E.L.D., superheroes and even civilians like the motorcycle racing team, Team America. Von Strucker was eventually revived and reunited several of the Hydra factions under his leadership to renew his campaign against SHIELD and humanity for several more years. Despite his reorganization of the group, various independent Hydra factions continue to operate around the Marvel Universe, and a Hydra civil war would later result. While Baron Helmut Zemo had Strucker placed in stasis for his own ends, Gorgon and Strucker's second wife Elspeth von Strucker mystically created a clone of Strucker who they set up to fail, allowing for a public execution of him. After Wercher was part of an alliance with the Hand, they utilized an army of brainwashed superheroes and supervillains, including Northstar and Elektra, to launch a massive assault on SHIELD. The assault was ultimately repelled and Wolverine would kill Gorgon. Hydra later planned an all-out attack on the United States by smuggling missiles into New York for use in a planned bioweapon assault on the Ogallala Aquifer. They formed a distraction through using a team that had the duplicated powers of several Avengers but were inevitably foiled by Spider-Man and the other new Avengers. When Spider-Woman was captured by SHIELD. During the events of Civil War, Hydra stormed the SHIELD Helicrea and freed her. Spider-Woman, an SHIELD agent and member of the Avengers, had been working for Hydra under the orders of Nick Fury, deposed as director of SHIELD. Following the events of Secret War, whom she was still loyal to, Hydra revealed that they knew of her betrayal and wanted her to replace Viper as their current leader, for she was unstable. Spider-Woman refused their offer, destroying the Hydra base she had been taken to in an explosion. As Spider-Woman revealed her true identity as Queen Varank of the Skrull Empire, Hydra was left with a void in his control organization, filled by Congressman Woodman. Under his rule, a young Hardball, empowered by the Power Broker, is appointed as a double agent, acting both as an Initiative recruit and as a Hydra spy with the role of gathering information about the Initiative and doing errands for Hydra in exchange of secrecy and the expensive health care needed by his brother, a former UCWF wrestler who was crippled on the ring. Hardball, however, deeply hurt and shamed by the compromises Woodman forces him to endure, and Commodo's attempt to bail him out of Hydra by telling his secrets to his field leader Gravity, mercilessly kills Congressman Woodman in front of his subordinates. His ersatz coup d'etat copyright tap pays off, and Hardball is appointed as the new supreme leader of the organization, severing every tie with his former life. His joining Hydra, however, was revealed to simply be caused by his having nowhere else to go. He surrenders to the Shadow Initiative, and is sent to the Negative Zone prison, destroying his Hydra cell. After the events of Secret Invasion, Nick Fury discovers that SHIELD was under the control of Hydra, and apparently had been from the beginning. He also discovers a number of organizations under Hydra's alleged control, including the United States FBI Science and Technology Branch, NSA and U.S. Department of Treasury, as well as the Russian Main Intelligence Directorate and Foreign Intelligence Service and the Canadian Security Intelligence Service. Meanwhile, after having to destroy Hydra's undersea headquarters, Ica, it had been infiltrated by the Skrull invasion force. Von Strucker decides to rebuild Hydra from the ground up, and after learning that Fury has learned the truth, reconvenes the other main heads of Hydra, Viper, Madame Hydra, Kraken, and the Hive. As well as resurrecting the Gorgon for the purpose of showing Hydra's true self to the world. Hydra later appears in an alliance with HAMMER following the defeat of Norman Osborn. HAMMER ends up disbanding with Madame Hydra using the remaining members to reinforce Hydra. Membership Council of Hydra the ruling Council of Hydra, introduced in Secret Warriors No. 2, consists of Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, the Supreme Hydra as revealed in Strange Tales No. 150. Shot in the head by Nick Fury. Viper, leader of Hydra's New York City branch who also goes by the name Madame Hydra. First appeared in Captain America No. 110, Valentino Allegra de Fontaine, former SHIELD agent. First appeared in Strange Tales No. 159. She was later revealed to be Madame Hydra 6. The Hive, introduced in Secret Warriors No. 2, the Gorgon, first appeared in Wolverine No. 20, Kraken, first appeared in Secret Warriors No. 2. Supreme Hydra the Supreme Hydra is a term given to the leader of Hydra. At other times, the title has also been used to refer to the leaders of various Hydra branches and splinter groups. Besides Baron Strucker, among the known Supreme Hydras in order of appearance are, Arnold Brown, the Imperial Hydra who was the organization's figurehead. First appeared in Strange Tales No. 135, Supreme Hydra, an unnamed state Shinto imperialist who was the first leader of Hydra. He first appeared in Captain Savage No. 4 where he was also killed by Baron Strucker who usurped his position. Supreme Hydra, the unnamed Supreme Hydra that tried to destroy Hulk. First appeared in Incredible Hulk No. 132. Richard Fisk Supreme Hydra of Hydra's Las Vegas branch. First appeared as Hydra member in Captain America No. 145, Silvermane Supreme Hydra of the East Coast. First appears as Hydra leader in Daredevil No. 120, Count Otto Vermis, the Supreme Hydra who is the leader of European Hydra Fragment and manipulated Jessica Drew into being a Hydra agent. First appeared in Marvel Spotlight No. 32. He was killed in the same issue when Spider-Woman left bombs on his escape jet. Sintlo, a Skrull who infiltrated Hydra and rose to the rank of Hydra Supreme where he had the alias of Sensational Hydra. First appeared in Captain America Volume 3 No. 3. Edgar Lascom, the Supreme Hydra that was responsible for the creation of the Hydra 4. First appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man No. 521. Hydra Agents The following characters are or were agents of Hydra: Agent Dakini, Anton Tragic, Anil Agent, 47, Scientist. First appeared in Strange Tales No. 155, Blackwing, Air Action Division leader of the East Coast. First appeared in Daredevil No. 118, Bob, Agent of Hydra, Foot Soldier of Hydra. First appeared in Cable and Deadpool No. 38, Bullseye, hired assassin employed by Hydra. First appeared in Nick Fury, Agent of SHIELD No. 15, Chameleon, sometime Hydra employee. Worked for Hydra in Incredible Hulk No. 154, Commander Kraken, Naval Action Division leader of the East Coast. First pictured as Hydra leader in Daredevil No. 121, Congressman Woodman, commander of Washington, D.C. branch of Hydra. First appeared in Avengers, The Initiative, Crippler, DOA short for Department of Occult Armaments. First appeared in Night Stalkers Volume 1, No. 2, December 1992, Bronskin, founder of DOA, Lieutenant Gregory Belial, founder of DOA. He has vast knowledge of various forms of magic. Innards, member of DOA. He can remove his vital organs and use them for various offensive purposes. Madame Jasmine, founder of DOA, Malpractice, the current leader of DOA, Marek, founder of DOA, Rotrap, a mummy-like member of DOA, Pyre, founder of DOA. Elliot Cole, first appeared in She-Hulk number 7, June 2006. Hydra soldier, now imprisoned. Elsie Carson, former Southwestern U.S. Regional Field Director, Corporate Hydra. First appeared in Team America number 11, Fixer, Special Agent, Hydra Fragment. First appeared in Strange Tales number 141, Fox, Administration Division Leader of the East Coast. First appeared in Strange Tales Annual number 2, George Fistel, Grim Reaper, self-appointed head of Hydra's New York branch. Revealed as Hydra leader in Avengers number 106, Hardball, former member of the Initiative. Hank Johnson, Hydra 4, creations of Hydra who were trained to kill the Avengers. There were other tubes containing these super Hydra agents, but only 4 of them were opened. First appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 520. Bowman, Hydra's version of Hawkeye. Hammer, Hydra's version of Thor. He had the same powers as Thor except for immortality. Militant, Hydra's version of Captain America. Tactical Force, Hydra's version of Iron Man. His first name is Kal. Jackhammer, Engineer Corps leader of the East Coast. First appeared in Daredevil number 123, El Jaguar, Commando Division leader of the East Coast. First appeared in Daredevil number 120 killed by Scourge of the Underworld. James Winderfield, part-time agent of Corporate Hydra. First appeared in Team America number 11, Jard Kurtz, Hydra agent from Europe. First appeared in Marvel Spotlight number 32, Carl Kraus, double agent for Hydra. First appeared in Nick Fury, agent of SHIELD number 14, Kingpin, actual director of Hydra's Las Vegas branch. First appeared as Hydra leader in Captain America number 147, Laura Brown, Special Hydra Agent H. First appeared in Strange Tales number 135, Lieutenant Cassandra Romulus, Lieutenant Garrot, Lieutenant Guillotine, Lieutenant Zoltz, Man Killer, Assassins Division leader of the East Coast. First appeared as Hydra leader in Daredevil number 123, Mentallo, Special Agent, Hydra Fragment. First appeared in Strange Tales number 141 Milliseconds Fisher, first appears in Secret Warriors number 2. Ms. Fisher, Hydra Recruiter. First appeared in Secret Warriors number 12. Nancy Winderfield, part-time agent of Corporate Hydra. First appeared in Team America number 11, number 72, leader of Hydra Fragment. First appeared in Nick Fury, agent of SHIELD number 14, Ralph Sanzetti, assassin, Corporate Hydra. First appeared in Team America number 12, Red Skull, true leader of Hydra's Las Vegas branch. Revealed as Hydra leader in Captain America number 148, Robert Rickard, Hydra agent who first appeared in Nick Fury, agent of SHIELD number 12, Ron Takamoto, SHIELD. Super Agents, Knockabout, Cyborg, Violence. Sathan, Cormilla Black, Hardball's lover and former agent of SHIELD. Sergeant Battrell, Silver Fox, Space Phantom. A Space Phantom was revealed as Hydra leader in Avengers number 106, Spider-Woman, Special Agent. First appeared in Marvel Spotlight number 32, Werner Von Strucker, eldest son of Wolfgang. Killed by Wolfgang's descendant. William Darvin, agent of Corporate Hydra. First appeared in Team America number 1. Other versions. Ultimate Marvel equals. At the time when Spider-Man was presumed dead following the events of the Ultimatum storyline, J. Jonah Jameson recalled the time when Spider-Man saved Tony Stark from an attack by Hydra. In more recent Ultimate titles, Hydra has been described as an anti-government organization. Modi is seen in allegiance with them, and acquiring weapons from Project Pegasus, including Modi using the Mind Gem on Director Flum, and Cassie Lang attacking Spider-Man. They are defeated by both SHIELD and the Ultimates, although some members escaped. Nick Fury later masqueraded as Scorpio and infiltrated Hydra and came across Abigail Brand, a Hydra soldier who captures him and brings him to Commander Crimson. Commander Crimson later sends Brand to the Death's Head camp along with Fury until rescued. SHIELD. Director Monica Chang grants Fury to permission to reform the Howling Commandos to stop Hydra. Exiles. Another alternate version of Hydra appears throughout Exiles number 91-94, where they are well underway with their plan to take over the world. This version is being led by Madame Hydra and her lover, Wolverine. Various other superhumans, including Captain America and Slaymaster, are agents of Hydra in this world. Amalgam Comics. Another version of Hydra has appeared in Amalgam Comics. They are very similar to the normal Hydra and wear the same green and yellow outfits, but with black eyes, not red. They first appear in Super Soldier number 1 and are led by Lex Luthor. In other media. Television. In the Incredible Hulk episode Enter, She-Hulk, Hulk and She-Hulk battle Hydra's forces. The Supreme Hydra featured was Steve Perry. Hydra appeared in the X-Men, Evolution episodes X-23, and Target X. They were behind the creation of X-23 from Wolverine's DNA. Viper appears to be the Supreme Hydra while Omega Red and Gauntlet are shown as mercenaries working for Hydra. Hydra appears as a recurring foe in the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, first appearing in the episode Meet Captain America as a branch of Nazi Germany under Baron Heinrich Zemo with the Red Skull as the group's super soldier. At that time, Red Skull uses Hydra's resources and a runestone to abduct Nordic mythological beasts from the Nine Realms and subject them to their control before Captain America and Bucky thwarted the scheme. Hydra continued its attempts of world dominion after the war ended under the leadership of Baron Strucker prior to his capture. In the present, as seen in the episode Iron Man is Born, Hydra stole some technology from Stark Industries to bolster dreadnoughts for an attack on the United Nations before being defeated by Iron Man with the captured agents taken to the vault where Strucker is held. But it is revealed to be an attempt by Grim Reaper to free Strucker prior to the mercenaries' own incarnation before they managed to escape during the two-part episode The Breakout. In the episode Hulk vs. the World, it is revealed that Black Widow is a double agent working for Hydra when she steals Hulk's DNA and frames Hawkeye as a double agent. In the episode Living Legend, a revived Zemo finds Strucker ruling Hydra yet allows him to keep it, seemingly severing ties with the organization. In the episode Panther's Prey, Grim Reaper and Hydra managed to pick up some vibranium from Man-Ape and Claw, when the former takes over Wakanda. In the episode Widow's Sting, Grim Reaper and Hydra meet with MODOK and AIM for a transaction that would help in the creation of the Cosmic Cube which is crashed by Hawkeye in his search for Black Widow. Grim Reaper manages to escape while the defeated Hydra and AIM agents were arrested by SHIELD. When Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Captain America, and Black Panther trace Grim Reaper to Hydra Island, they end up fighting the forces of Hydra. Baron Strucker ended up having the computer activate the self-destruct sequence upon telling it codename, Fenris. Though Hawkeye goes after Black Widow and Baron Strucker, Hawkeye is taken down by Black Widow who secretly attacks Baron Strucker as he tries to take Hawkeye's youth. Black Widow escapes from Hydra Island with Baron Strucker while Grim Reaper, Madame Hydra, and the remaining Hydra agents present are arrested by SHIELD. While waiting for MODOK, Black Widow tells Baron Strucker that Black Panther attacked him from behind. MODOK arrives and tells Baron Strucker that the Cosmic Cube experiment was a failure and gives back the money. After MODOK left, Baron Strucker suspects that MODOK was lying about the Cosmic Cube experiment being a failure. In the episode Hail Hydra, AIM and Hydra tear the city apart for control of the Cosmic Cube, forcing the Avengers to intervene. It is revealed that the Black Widow was ordered by Nick Fury to infiltrate Hydra to learn the nature of the cube. In the end, the Avengers prevailed when both Baron Strucker and Captain America touched the Cosmic Cube and it appeared as if nothing happened. Hydra was finally taken down for good as they were arrested by SHIELD. Hydra appears in the Superhero Squad show episode Brouhaha at the World's Bottom. Baron Strucker leads the Hydra forces into attacking OSHIELD. base in Antarctica so that they can use the technology there in order to head to another world. Hydra appears in Avengers Assemble. They are first seen in the episode The Avengers Protocol Part 1. Hydra is featured in Agents of SHIELD, a TV series set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The episode Turn deals with the Hydra uprising within SHIELD. As seen in the film, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. The remaining episodes of Season 1 deal with the fallout of Hydra exposing themselves, with SHIELD being branded a terrorist organization for letting Hydra infiltrate them and effectively dissolved. The second season focuses on Phil Coulson and his team taking down the remaining branches of Hydra, including Daniel Whitehall, Wolfgang von Strucker, and Strucker's subordinate Dr. List. After the death of Whitehall in the episode, What They Become, the subsequent deaths of other Hydra leaders in the episode Aftershocks, and eventually both Strucker and List in Avengers, Age of Ultron, all of Hydra's top-ranking leaders are eliminated. In the Season 2 finale SOS, Grant Ward decides to lead Hydra and enlist some Hydra agents to look for other members. In Season 3, Ward successfully recruits Wolfgang von Strucker's son Werner to help him rebuild Hydra. Hydra briefly appears in the Ultimate Spider-Man episode Great Power, where Spider-Man imagines Nick Fury fighting Hydra members. It is also referenced in the episode SHIELD Academy, when Iron Spider and Spider-Man accidentally free old Hydra scientist Arnim Zola from containment. Hydra will have a larger role in the fourth season, working with the Sinister Six. Film Hydra appears in the television film Nick Fury, Agent of SHIELD. With men in black type suits rather than the green uniform from the comics. Some Hydra agents appear at the beginning of the animated film Ultimate Avengers 2 fighting against Captain America. They are identifiable by their green uniforms. Hydra appeared in Heroes United, Iron Man and Hulk. The Hydra scientists Dr. Crueler and Dr. Vampire Abomination to catch Hulk for an experiment. They later turn on Abomination to use him in the same experiment. Hydra appears in Heroes United, Iron Man and Captain America. Hydra is a key element in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, founded on a belief that humanity could not be trusted with its own freedom, and must be subjugated for its own good. Hydra first appears in the 2011 film Captain America, the first Avenger under the leadership of Red Skull, depicted to have originally started as an advanced science branch for the Third Reich, utilizing several experimental aircraft such as the Focke-Wulf Triebflyer 1/4 Gel VTOL aircraft and a huge intercontinental flying wing bomber based in part on the Horton Ho 229 design. But upon acquiring the Tesseract with Arnim Zola developing the technology to harness its energies, Hydra goes rogue as Red Skull eventually plans to betray Nazi Germany after the Allies are defeated. Ultimately, Red Skull is apparently incinerated upon touching the Tesseract, and Hydra's bases are systematically destroyed by the Allies. In the Avengers, it is revealed that SHIELD gathered everything there was related to the Tesseract, including Hydra technology. A plan known as Phase 2 deals with using the Tesseract to develop weapons, using the Hydra weapons as a template. Despite its apparent disbandment, Hydra resurfaces in Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It is revealed that when SHIELD was founded, Arnim Zola implanted Hydra agents into it and other intelligence organizations in a decades-long plan to convince humanity to surrender their freedom for security by orchestrating assassinations and international conflicts. After Zola transplanted his consciousness into a computer, leadership of Hydra came to senior SHIELD member Alexander Pierce, as well as various STRIKE members, including Brock Rumlow and Jack Rollins. After the events of the Avengers, Nick Fury and the World Council decided to put Project Insight into action, which Hydra secretly planned to use to their advantage to wipe out any known, or potential, threats to them. Captain America, Black Widow, Fury and Falcon discover this and expose Hydra's plan to the world, while also managing to stop Project Insight in the process. Following the destruction of Hydra's leadership with Pierce's death, and also SHIELD's collapse, small Hydra groups are shown to still be active as revealed in Agents of SHIELD, in Avengers, Age of Ultron, first seen in the mid-credits of The Winter Soldier. A branch of Hydra under Baron Strucker has been using the scepter lock he obtained from Thanos to create weapons and superhumans. While Strucker is eventually captured by the Avengers, due to them being indirectly alerted to his location by Phil Coulson through Maria Hill in Agents of SHIELD, and later killed by Ultron, he succeeded in creating two surviving specimens, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch. In Ant-Man, Darren Cross attempts to sell his Yellowjacket technology to a Hydra group led by Mitchell Carson. Ant-Man is able to defeat the agents, while Carson escapes with a vial of Cross particles. Video games Hydra appears in X-Men, the official game. In the game, Hydra is partially responsible for the creation of the Master Mold and Sentinel robots alongside William Stryker. Under orders of their leader Silver Samurai, Hydra infiltrates Stryker's base to remove all evidence and Sentinel equipment, and by accident, activated the Master Mold. Hydra is the major villain in the rare Sega 32X video game titled Spider-Man: Web of Fire. In Marvel, Ultimate Alliance 2, one of the levels includes an old Hydra base that the anti-registration group was using. Hydra's aerial base can be seen attacking the SHIELD Helicrea in the latter stage in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds. The organization's logo can also be seen on the car that attempts to run She-Hulk down in one of her special moves. Hydra appears as the central antagonists in the video game Captain America: Super Soldier. Hydra is featured in Marvel, Avengers Alliance. Known members include Baron Helmut Zemo, Moonstone, Viper, and the Hydra 4. Hydra's power armors appear as bosses and were created from stolen Stark Industries technology. Their foot soldiers consist of Hydra ballistas, Hydra burners, Hydra cannons, Hydra judicators, Hydra officers, Hydra pyros, Hydra soldiers, and Hydra vanguards. Hydra is featured in Avengers Initiative, with its members serving as enemies in the Captain America chapters of the game. Hydra appears in Marvel Heroes. Hydra agents appear in LEGO Marvel Super Heroes. Live performance Hydra agents will appear in the Marvel Universe, live. Stage show. References. External links, Hydra at Marvel.com, Marvel Directory entry, Villains of Marvel Comics, Hydra, Wayback Machine Backup.